Good morning, Pete. We're out here on another big job. We're probably an hour and 15 minutes or so away from home. We're not too far from the Florida Turnpike. Matter of fact, we'll probably see some trucks here in just a minute going by. You'll see vehicles and stuff going down the highway. When I get facing the direction right now, I'm facing north. When I turn back to my left, which would be more to the west, you're going to see vehicles. And just so you know, that is the Florida Turnpike. You can see these trucks going right through there, these white trucks. You can get a little better view right through there. I don't know if you can see it or not. The camera's probably not the very best, but anyway, we're out here doing a silage job. It's summertime here in South Florida, and some of this is a little drier than we'd like it to be because it's laid here for a day or two because our mow guy got carried away and mowed way more down than I could do yesterday, so I've had to let it lay overnight again, and you can see it looks pretty dried out, but anyway, so that's what we're working on, trying to get that done. Get it loaded up here and get it hauled, put it in a wrapper. We use a 2-blind wrapper. Great wrappers, man. You know, I've been reading a lot of stuff on Facebook, a lot of people talking about different machines, and a lot of people down in 2-blind because they supposedly had problems, this, that, and the other. Well, let me tell you something, people. Everything has problems. There's nothing perfect. If there was, then, you know, there would be no other company around, you know. So nothing's perfect. Just because I haven't had any problems with mine doesn't mean that tomorrow it won't just totally fall apart. I've just been fortunate enough that it's been able to manage and get through and take care of it, try to keep it serviced, keep it barn kept when I'm not using it, keep it under the barn where the sun ain't beating on it, ain't raining on it every day. Keep the battery disconnected so it ain't running the battery dead and ain't keeping juiced all them electronics and crap. You know, to try to take care of our equipment because it takes care of us. Doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you get busy and sometimes things get neglected. Hey, truth be told, sometimes I get downright lazy and just don't feel like messing with something because it's hot, it's humid, and I'm tired, and I just don't want to do it. So I let it go. And it usually comes back to bite me in the hiney, but you know, it is what it is, and I accept the responsibility and the fact that I may have to deal with it on another day because of my own stupidity. But for the most part, we try to keep things together. Basically out here it's just me and my dad. My brother-in-law helps us from time to time. He comes and mows for us when I need him. He'll come out here and mow so me and my dad can keep going. My dad does most all the baling, and I get to be the runner guy that runs the grass back and forth and wraps it. And pretty much what each of us can do. My dad's older, he can't do a lot, so the baling's kind of the easier part for him. These rolls of wrap are about 60 pounds a piece, and I just left my cup sitting in the floor and hit a bull hole, and well, I think it's a hog root. Hit it and turned it over. Well, anyway, them rolls of wrap are about 60-65 pounds a piece. About every 80 bales or so, I got to put 2 new rolls on, and so, you know, my dad being 77 years old just ain't able to lift them rolls of wrap because you got to put them in the cradle on the machine to hold them until you're ready for them, and then you got, when you're ready for them, you got to take them out of the cradle and put them on the machine. And you know, I'm young and younger, and I go to the gym every day, and it's still, you know, 65 pounds having to manhandle around and twist and turn, and the way you have to put them on the machine makes it challenging sometimes, but I am able to do it. It's kind of like these rolls of net on our dry hay. They weigh probably close to 80 pounds. dad can't do it. He has to back his truck up to the machine and get up on the truck and lift him up off the bed of his truck where he can keep him at waist level. He can't get him up past his waist because of his shoulders and his back. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. We'll try to get some videos and pictures here. So we'll keep in touch. Hopefully my battery ain't gonna go dead. I haven't checked it on my camera. I hadn't used my camera in a little while. Been really busy. My truck's been in the shop for about 3 or 4 days now. Had a turbocharger failure. I guess there's a band that holds some kind of exhaust to it or something, and that band malfunctioned and come apart, causing the turbo to come apart. So we got to put a new turbo on it. And my mom was sick there for a little bit. She spent a night in the hospital. It's nothing major, just I think medication issues. And we've been busy, having to move here and there. So I ain't got many videos. I ain't been fishing. Most of y'all that watch my channel know I love to fish, love to kayak fish. And here lately it's just been my buddy that I fish with, Brother Carl. He's been having some medical issues, got a shoulder issue and a foot issue. And so he hasn't been able to fish. And so I've been kind of taking advantage of that time and doing some chores that I needed to get done at home. Plus working and just everything, you know, life happens. And as much as I love fishing, if I could afford tomorrow to quit my job and quit everything, go fishing every day, I would. But at this point I can't. And I don't really know that I would. I enjoy working, you know, and some days I don't. I think we're all like that. But I do enjoy getting out and being productive, contributing to society. There's so many people out there that don't, and it frustrates me, but I'm not getting off on that soapbox. I'm thankful and blessed. Good Lord allows me every day to get up and go and be productive and let me see things that a lot of people don't get to see. You know, a lot of people cooped up in that concrete jungle that don't get to see and enjoy the things I do. And so I'm very thankful for it, and I enjoy it. I try to make the most of it. So that's why I've been trying to do some videos and post up, but you know, I have responsibilities, and making videos and putting on YouTube isn't the highest ranking one, so I do what I can do when I can do it. And just be thankful for the ones I get to put up. So anyway, we're going to keep on chugging here. We'll check back in a little bit. See what we can get done today. It's supposed to be dry. It's hot. Hot. Good old South Florida hot. Humidity's about 70 or 80%, I think. I think it's supposed to get up to like 95 today. Humidity, seriously, I would guess to say it's probably 60, 70%. 95 degrees, so it's going to feel like probably 100, 101 middle of the day. Thankfully I got air conditioning until I have to get out there. Alright, we made it up there, finally got a load, got up here, and we're going to get it wrapped. I'm probably going to have to change the wrap here real soon because I don't have very much on there, but we can certainly do that. It is doable. You might see flags and things out here. There's one right there, as a matter of fact. There's holes out here, bull holes. And I've asked the landowner if he would kindly bring his loader down here. They got a big old giant loader, cat loader. And asked him kindly if they'd come fill these holes in. They hadn't done it yet. I'm hoping they'll get to it pretty soon because I'm getting up close to them now. If you got one of these heavy bales on the front of your tractor that weighs close to a ton, you fall off in one of them holes, if you're not careful and you got it up too high, it tends to want to get two wheels off the ground. So one thing you got to do is make sure you keep it down low, or that way it keeps the center of gravity down low and not up too high. Boss man had to come up here and get water, I see already. I tell you, this works out real well. Just for a little information for a lot of you that won't know this, during the summertime we got an overabundance of grass. If you just look around, next time you're in your car, I mean even if you live in the city and you drive around and look at how much your yard grows up. Think about how many times a week or a month you have to mow your yard in the summer versus the winter. We have a lot of extra grass as well, you know, in the farming industry, in the ranching, cow business, you know, any kind of ag industry, you got all this extra grass. Well, what we do is we try to take advantage of it. Instead of mowing it off and just leaving it lay there and die and rot like you would in your yard or beside the highway or anything like that, what we do is we come in here and mow it off, and we bale it up green with moisture in it. We don't try to dry it out too dry. And then we put it in these long tubes. We wrap it in this white plastic, and we actually spray it with a chemical. It's called inoculant. It's to make it easy for people to understand, I call it just like a powdered milk. There's more science to that, but and by doing that, and some researchers will tell you that's there's better options. But anyway, once you do that and you put it in this plastic, it goes through a process called ensiling. And basically, again, in layman's terms, the grass is rotting, but it's rotting in a good way, not a bad way. Who would have ever thought that rotting could be two different ways? Being the redneck I am, I call it sweet rolls for cows, because cows, once they've had it once or twice, they tear fences down. They'll do whatever they can to get to it. They absolutely, positively, it's almost like crack, you know? I mean, it's so addicting, they just go nuts. So what we do is we just come in here, we bale it, spray it, put it in the bags, put it in this long tube. And then in the winter time, when there is no grass, the farmer, all he's got to do is come out here and start taking each one of these bales out of this tube. And guess what? He's got feed for his cows. And the great thing about it is, see, the cow her body doesn't have to make any adjustments or any changes in the wintertime, because she's eating the same thing in the wintertime she's had all summer. So her stomach and everything is used to it. So they hold up. Their body condition score tends to hold up longer. And if you can maintain their weight through the winter, then the springtime comes around, they generally breed back quicker and you have a better calf crop. And it's just easier on the cow. When you have to start giving a cow liquid feed, which is basically like molasses. Some of us know what molasses is because we use it in cooking. When you feed them molasses and dry hay, because anytime you feed dry hay, the nutrition value is just, there's not a lot of nutrition there. It's just basically, it's a fiber. You know how doctors recommend humans get fiber. They eat the hay for the dry hay, for dry matter or dry fiber, and then they get the liquid feed such as molasses that has the protein and all the nutrition in it. Otherwise, if you just feed them straight molasses with no fiber, then it would just go right through them. They would just squirt it out the rear end as quick as it could go in the front end. So you give them fiber to hold it in their stomach so that they can digest it and their body can absorb the nutrition. Well, when you do that, when you give it in that manner, and even if you feed it in a feed with dry hay, well, see, now their body has to take that and convert all that energy that's coming out of that feed, or that liquid feed, or either or. Their body has to go through all this conversion, I guess is what they call it. And so by doing that, it makes the cow's body work harder, and they just fall off. Cows don't maintain their body weight as well. Some people can manage it, and that's fine. I'm not saying everybody's does, but in my experience with what I do, this just works. We do it at our ranch. We do it all over. You know, we don't go all over the state because it costs too much money to move all this equipment and drive all the time, you know, but we travel hour and 20 minutes away when we need to. And this ranch here we're on today is north of us by about an hour and 20 minutes, and we've done theirs for, oh gosh, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that, and they love it. It works for them. These people raise bulls to sell for herd bulls, and it works for them. And so that's kind of the whole process in this. And I may have to jump out here and change this plastic because I think I'm fixing to run out. So anyway, we'll touch back in a little bit, and I'll give you some more rundown on what it is. Okay, and we're back. We had to change plastic real quick. 2 new rolls on. We are back in business. But anyway, as I was saying about the silage and how it functions and the purpose of what we do, now there's another side to this. What you see a lot of dairy farms down here do, and I think that they do a lot of them up north, they do a thing called green chopping. And it is basically the same principles as what we're doing. They go in and mow it down, but then they got a machine that picks that grass up off the ground and chops it and blows it in a wagon. They don't actually bale it through a baling machine like we do and making rolls. They just blow it into a big giant wagon or semi-trailer, and then they haul it to the site wherever they're going to put the product, and they put it in what they call a bagger. And basically they dump the product out of the wagon or out of the semi-trailer or however they're transporting it into this bagging machine, and as it goes through this machine, it's spraying the inoculant on the chopped up grass, and it's shoving it in this bag. And these bags are giant bags, they're a lot like a sock. They're sealed on one end, got a hole in the other end that's wrapped around the machine, and it just shoves this and packs that grass in that big bag. And I don't know how many tons they put in. They put a buttload of it. And when they run out of bag, they seal the bag off, and the bag seals the oxygen off, and makes the grass rot or ensile the good way. The key to all of this is you don't want any unadded any extra moisture. In other words, when you bale this material up or you put it in the bag, you don't want dew, you definitely don't want rain. The only moisture that you want to be in this bale or in that grass you blow in that bag is the moisture that is in the grass, whatever you find in the stem and the blades of the grass, because that's where your sugar is at. There is no sugar in rainwater, and there's no sugar in dew. So what happens is if you put it up wet with dew or rain or anything on it, then it goes to rot the bad way, and that's when you get a smelly, nasty product. And a lot of people say that this stinks, which to a lot of people it probably would. I've been around it long enough now that, you know, when it comes out of this bag, I can pretty much tell what it's, if it was put up correctly or not. Because when it's put up right and it comes out, it's going to have a real sweet odor, I guess, to me. Some people say, hey, that's nasty. Well, rightfully so. I'm sure a lot of people would consider it nasty, but proof is in the pudding, man. When you take it out there to them cows, and we ourselves on our ranch, we roll it out. We got a machine on the back of our tractor that spears a bale on each side of the bale, and it rolls it out like a tire, or a sweet roll. Anybody that's ever taken a sweet roll or a pinwheel roll or whatever you want to call it, held the center of it, peeled the outside off, and just slowly pulled it, it just kind of unrolls the way that they rolled it up. Well, that's the same way with this bale of grass. If I spear it on each side, set it down and go the right direction, it'll start unrolling, and it'll unroll down to just a little old core in the middle. And when you do that and you come back the next day and you can't see where you rolled it out, you can't even tell where you put it because the cows have licked the grass slapped clean, that's a pretty good indicator that you did it right. Do we get it right all the time? Nope. No, it's not, you know, we battle the weather down here because we're in South Florida. We are a peninsula. We are surrounded by lots of water. The weatherman can tell us he's only got a 20% chance of rain, and it can rain. It happens. We accept that. We know that that's possible, but you just learn to watch where the high pressures and low pressures are, and you just kind of make the best guess you can. I hate it because there's been a couple years here on this very farm that we put it up and we went in there and mowed it down and let it lay for an hour or two to get a little bit of a wilt to it, and guess what? It rained on it. And you can't do nothing. I mean, you know, you can't just leave it for days on end waiting for it to dry, because sometimes it'll just start raining every afternoon when you get your summer rain patterns, and it'll rain for 2 or 3 straight weeks, every afternoon, every day. May not be but a quarter inch, may not even be a couple tenths, but it rains, and that's all it takes. All you gotta do is get the grass wet. Well, it will never get dry, so sometimes you just gotta bale it wet, and you know, we try to spray it with a little bit more of the inoculant, a little bit more of the chemical, hoping and praying that that helps. Does it? Jerry's still out. And there's been a few jobs where we've actually, you know, we've had to eat some of the hay ourselves, you know. Come back the next year and open the bag and the customer wasn't happy. He felt that it wasn't properly done, and we've investigated, and rightfully so. We do remember there's a few times we put it up and it's been wet because it got rained on, and we couldn't help it. We were taking a chance, so we, you know, we make it right. We're not out to shyster nobody. We're not out to take nobody's money. We make it all right, and we try to make sure the customer's happy. We don't want no unhappy customers. We're not in this business to rip people off. We're here to make a living. We enjoy what we do, and you know, if there's times we have to lose money, well, we just lose money, because you know, we know how we are. If we have a guy come in and do a job for us, whether it be cutting sod or trimming trees or whatever it be, you know, we expect him to do the best he can, and you know, take care of us. But anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that. So this silage thing is beneficial. You got all this overgrowth in the winter or in the summertime. This time of year, it's just growing like mad, and it's just makes sense, man. It just makes sense to go in and harvest what you've got already. You know, ain't no sense in having to buy a bunch of high dollar feed in the winter time. We did it this year. Our ranch, we got busy doing all everybody else's silage last year, and we didn't get a chance to do our own. We started getting in that summer rain pattern, and it didn't happen. Just didn't get a chance to do it. So you know, we've really lost a lot of money in our ranching business this year because of the feed. We have spent way more in feed than we can afford, and we're only hoping and praying that these calf prices stay decent, because we're going to sell our calves here in a couple of weeks, and we're hoping they stay decent so we can bail out of this hole. But you know, it is what it is. We are going to get ours done here real soon, and we started in this business to do our own. That's the only reason we bought all this equipment, is we was tired of paying these feed costs. We figured, you know, we've already got a few of these tractors for doing dry hay in the winter time. Let's just, all we really need is this bagging machine, this wrapping machine. Let's just buy a wrapping machine and do our own, you know. And that's what we did, and guess what? It's called on, you know. Everybody and their brothers called us, which I'm thankful. I'm blessed, thank you, Lord, for making it happen. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm still out here and still going at it. I've got about 50 hauled so far, and I got another load on the ground here. The boss is taking a break from baling, and as you can see, he's got on the mower tractor. He's getting some more mowed down because we got here pretty much everything baled up we had on the ground. So he's just trying to get some more mowed down and keep a little bit ahead of us so we can keep going. It's kind of the way it works, you know. Got to keep moving. Earlier is right that way about 3/4 of a mile, maybe a half a mile, probably closer to 3/4 of a mile. It's US Highway 441. So we are actually between US Highway 441 and the US Turnpike. This guy that owns this ranch actually has land on the other side of the turnpike also. I don't know what's going to happen if we're going to, we may be doing another field over close to the turnpike. And if we do, I'll be able to show you. They got like a little tunnel that goes under the turnpike. So he can get back and forth with his cows and his tractors and his trucks, and you know, this makes it easier for everybody. Pretty cool. It ain't a very big thing, man. You can just barely get a tractor through there. Kind of spooky feeling, but hey, it works. Whatever you got to do, right? Sometimes you just have to charge a little bit more because it is so far to drive to get up here, and then where the field is at versus where the wrap site is at is so far. You know, we're better than a half a mile. I'm having to haul this to actually wrap it. We talked to the owner and tried to get him to let's put it, you know, along the fence somewhere here. They have to designate an area up there and fence it off anyway. So let's just put a place down here and fence it off down here. They have to load it on this wagon and haul it anyway to take it to the cows. So what's the difference whether they get it from up there and haul it or down here and haul it? And I could get them a better price. I can cut a little bit of money off the price by being able to, you know, wrap it close to where I'm cutting it. and not having to haul it. I mean, it's eating up a lot of fuel to have to haul it that far and wrap it, and that's where the water's at. So every time we need water in our spray tank, we have to go up there to get water. And it's for lack of better terminology, it's a real inconvenience. But you know, we still do the work, and we try to be as fair with them as we can be. But we have to make money. We can't be here as here to just give them everything and not make money. So. Right here, I can't get no more in this run, so I'm going to have to turn the machine around, move it. So, you guys are going to get to see how this is done, because I'm sure that some of you are going to wonder, okay, how in the world do you get it sealed completely? Well, got a thing called an end cap. We put it on the bell, just as you see there. And we try not to do that. But once in a while that happens, and well, you're going to get to see. I certainly didn't mean for that to happen. Alright, we're going to make it work. See, I got a spear on the bottom, and I try not to stick that bottom spear into the bale because that makes a second hole, but sometimes it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Not much you can do about it. Now I got a big old hole to tape up. That's all right. We'll get it. to it to the other end. Alright everybody, well we're finishing the day up here. I've got this other run started and I got 2, 4, 6, about 9 bales left to wrap here for the day, and then we're going to be calling it quits. So glad you guys got to join me for the day. Got to see a little bit of what we do in the summertime with this silage deal, and hopefully I'll get to bring you some more videos as we go along with this project. This customer's wanting between 1,000 and 1,200, I think. So we're going to be here a few days. Thanks again for joining me. As always, if you like it, hit like. If you want to subscribe and follow me, that'd be great. Leave your comments. I'll try to reply to them. Anyway, thanks for watching Outdoor Original. Everybody stay blessed.